It's good to have you with me at this moment and at this season. I don't know whatever part of the world you are finding yourself right now. I want to welcome you to my live stream. I welcome you to my broadcast, Okonji Christopher Television on YouTube. So once again, I'm highly elated to have you connected to my channel at this moment. So once again, you are welcome, and please take time to find expression, because sincerely, you will find value for every moment, every second, every hour, every minute that you're going to be spending with me. We are told that time is money. Time is money. Everyone wants to, get value from every time they are spending in any venture they are endeavoring in. You see, our life is based on time. We are living on this life based on time. If you don't use your time very well, you will lose it. Time that is not used is wasted. So I promise you, just put it at the back of your mind that I promise you, you will not regret every moment that we're going to be spending together, because you will have value for this precious time that God has given to us, to enjoy. So please, all I encourage you to do is that endeavor to just stay connected to this channel and make sure you hold on tight. But I want to advise you for something. Please, as you are coming in, just go do the needful. Make sure you just go and like. If you look at the right hand side of your phone, you see three buttons. Just click on it. Once you click on it, the comment section will just open itself to you, and also the like. So I'm asking you to like the stream, like the live stream, because it takes two of us to tangle. I'm not here alone. Imagine me talking and you're responding back. That makes two of us, and that's what communication is all about. Communication takes two people. But when one person is talking to himself, I'm soliloquizing, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk to myself. Have you ever come across someone just talking to himself? You begin to wonder what's wrong. Oh, is he okay? No, I don't want to. I don't want to be in that shoes. I don't want to be in that level. I want to have a discourse with you. Actually, the whole essence is to have a chat. So if you want to chat with me at this moment, I pray for a better network. The network, will yield itself to us. But I promise you, I'm having a fulfilled network at this time, and it will ever remain like this. I want to ask, where are you at this moment? Where are you? If I look for you, where will I find you? There's one word they used to tell us when we were little children. Those is, I remember those when we were little children. They will tell us there's a certain hour, once it gets to 9 o'clock in the evening, they will ask you, where are your children? Where are your children? Where are your children? Where are your children? I remember I grew up in that setting. What I'm trying to say is there's a certain time, a certain limit of time your children should not stay out. You know what I'm trying to say? So once it's 9 o'clock, where are your children? Your children ought to be indoors. So what I'm trying to say is that right now we are adults. So we do things that adults do. And we leave children's thing to children. That's why you see, if you're a YouTuber, there's a place where when you are feeling, when you're about to come live, they'll tell you, is this program meant for children? Is it for children or is not? So you click whichever. So what I'm doing right now is adults program. So I welcome you as an adult. So and I expect you to express yourself as an adult. How do you express yourself as an adult? We chatting. You see, it's only when you chat with a child that it feels shy to respond back. So let's talk like adults. I want to relate. That's the whole essence. I want to relate. So please find time as you come in. Let's open up. We talk about issues that concerns us, matters that affect our well-being, positively or negatively. But you see, when we keep talking about matters that affect us, we are looking for the negative aspect of it. Like this morning, before I went out, I was having a discourse. I was just looking back with my wife. See, have you ever sat down and you took a flashback from where life was bringing you from? You have every reason to say, God, I thank you. I don't know about you. I like about myself. I don't know about you. Sorry, I'm not being self now, but maybe you might buy into what I'm about to say. I'm that person when God is doing something, I'm excited. Oh, this is God. Look at what God is doing. Look at what God is doing. Like maybe the devil has messed up the whole thing, like when Adam missed it. Let me just take a detour. When Adam missed it, like little children those days, our mind was so stereotype. We were thinking, but if man missed it, God wouldn't have waited for Jesus to come. Have you ever thought like that? What am I trying to say? We're thinking in our mind. I mean, God would have just forgotten to redeem man back. Because God is almighty, God is all powerful, God is all knowing. God could decide to create another human being, removing Adam from the scene. But do you know that was not what God did? What did God do? God decided to say, I will redeem man back. Because why? His ways are not our ways. We used to think that God would have just, what about taking Jesus through the pain and everything? Must God go through pain? That was our little mind. Must God go through pain? God would have just, taking man out of the sea, create another man. But you know what? God is not a waster. And God is a God of process, plan, purpose, and objectivity. I'll explain what I'm trying to say in essence. You see, God is a God of process. God knew that man is going to miss it. Man is going to fall. And even before man fell, before Adam missed it, God had a plan to redeem man back. Remember, the earth is God's prized possession, but man is God's most prized possession. And I'm answering your question right now. Why God did not take that plan to take Adam out of the sin and create another man? He could do it. And again, you see, God is not a waster. And again, God is a plan. God is a God of plan, purpose, and objectivity. He knew when man fell, I will make a way for man to be redeemed back to me. So he's also trying to teach man, a process of life. That you can miss it in life does not means that you have lost it all. Do you know you can miss it? You can miss it in life, in this journey of life, especially in this year 2025. Well, the topic I have in mind today is that I actually want to discuss that have you set goals for your life for the next 6 months? Setting goals for the next 6 months of the year. Setting goals. Some of us will say we have not achieved anything for the last 6 months, past 6 months of the year, and there's another, God's giving you another opportunity of another 6 months again. If you have missed it, you see what I'm trying to say? That's the way God works. He knows you are not able to make it in the last 6 months. He's giving you another opportunity for the next 6 months. That was what happened also in the Garden of Eden. God knew that man will miss it. Man will blew it big time. He said, no, let me teach man a lesson. That's why he didn't immediately create another man. No, God is not a waster. But let man go through a process of learning. You see, our life is a time of going through process of learning. And in case you don't know that, the human brain does not have a limited capacity of when it can take knowledge. What I'm trying to say is that, you see, you can't get to a certain level that you cannot, you cannot get in something into your brain. The brain of man is elastic. You can draw it to the last end, it can still be drawing. It's not limited. So you can't get to any age and say you can't go back to school. As long as you are alive, you keep learning till you die. So no one can say, I'm too big to go to school. No, my brain is too full. No, your brain cannot be full. God did not make a brain that is static. Your brain is elastic. The brain of a man is growing. It is said actually when a child is small, they will say, well, they have more capacity to retain. But that does not make you, if you have come to a certain age, your brain can no longer assimilate. No. It depends on how you expose yourself. So that's why When you come to the age of 50, like me, going to 60, when you begin to tell yourself, I'm an old man, see, it is registered in your mind that you are old. Old age is not an age. God does not count on our age. So, but what makes you become old is an obsolete. Is when you cut yourself away from, the trend of event happening in your world. My wife was telling me a story of a man that was in his 60s, a very prominent man in Nigeria, and during the time that computer came, and this man would take himself to the business center to learn how to operate the computer. You know why? He doesn't want to be obsolete. The moment you begin to cut yourself from what is happening around you, you are obsolete. You are telling yourself, I'm old. I want to die. So God is not mindful of your age. What God is mindful of is you, a willing vessel. God can work with you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above that which you think or imagine, according to the power that worketh in you. There's a power and a system that works in you that God wants to work. You are how do I call it now? You are a storehouse of knowledge. God wants to work with you and through you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Can you give him the time? Well, I'm just telling you a story. You see, that's the reason why God did not, condemn man and threw man away and decided to take man through a process of knowing what it is to say, I am sorry for what I did. Or somebody standing in the gap to show you how to stand in the gap. Somebody must stand in the gap on behalf of he that has sinned. So God is all knowing, God is all magnificent, all powerful, and is also a God that does things, accurately. So when God does anything, he does it accurately so that we can learn from him and become productive and be strong in our world. So you can not be faulted in any way. I'm waiting for us to come on air. Anyone out there, come on air. I want to see you. I'm still waiting. Where are you? Where are you? I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Well, I'm going to talk on setting goals for the next 6 months. What goals are you setting? Like I said, the past 6 months has gone, and you can never get it again. One thing is that the months you have passed through, you can't get it again. You can just have a reflection of what you have done and what you have failed to do. Then you use it to move on to the next 6 months. So we are here setting priorities. I said in my thumbnail, you see it's prioritizing, the next 6 months. Prioritizing the next 6 months. Prioritizing the next 6 months. What's your priority for the next 6 months? It's what will occupy your mind. And so I want to let you know how you can prioritize the next 6 months. What have you not achieved for the last 6 months? What have you not achieved for the last 6 months? We help you to prioritize the way you can achieve. Because you have time on your hand, yes. But time is not waiting. Time waits for no man. But you have time on your hands. The last 6 months have gone. You are saying I've not achieved, but you have time again. The next 6 months. Today is 8. Is going, waiting for the next person that will come on air. 13 minutes into the live stream, the lucky person that will come, give me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up. I'm waiting. So I'm talking about you prioritizing, the next 6 months of the year. Prioritizing the next 6 months of the year. Prioritizing the next 6 months of the year. What do you want to see? What is it that you hope for the past 6 months that you did not see? Should be what you should carry over to want to see in the next 6 months. So you have, God gave you have a carryover right now. That's an opportunity cost, right? 6 months you didn't achieve what you were thinking. Another 6 months is coming again, so that the year does not roll by you, and you say, "Oh, the year just came and went like that." Remember, I told you when we entered this year, I said, "Pick a vision. Don't just go through the year and not allowing the year to go through you." See, do you know you can go through the year and the year doesn't go through you? How does that happen? You didn't achieve anything. I've seen people go through the year. Before you know it, the year has taken over everything, and you are left behind. You begin to ask yourself, "Oh, The year has ended. And you know, time does not wait for no man. So the last 6 months has gone by. You have not achieved that goal you expected to achieve. But you see some people, immediately we enter January, they are achieving. You don't know where they're coming from. Don't envy people when you see them, harvesting. You know, so you see, everything about life, it's about sowing of seeds. When you sow, you will reap. Oh, I want my eye to become numbers. I'm not seeing the people. Come on air, where are you? Come on air. I want you to come on air. So what I'm saying in essence is that don't envy the people that you see that are achieving within a certain time. Between a certain time. You see some people achieving within a certain time, they have prioritized their life. Before the previous year, they have planned, they have strategized, they have put things in place, they are going to achieve. And you know, but what happens is that they begin to jump into it and begin to, actualize their plans and their goals. And before you know it, they begin to harvest. Some people enter January, they've started reaping their blessings. Some people in February, they reap their blessings. Some people enter March, they reap their blessings. Some people enter April, they reap their blessings. Some people enter May, they reap their blessings. Some people enter June, they reap. But why some people have not reaped from January to June? They begin to say, oh, I've not achieved anything. It's a matter of prioritizing and also setting goals. When I mean prioritizing, know what comes before the other. Don't just junk yourself and enter into the next 6 months, is what I'm looking at. Don't just enter the next 6 months without a plan. What is your plan for the next 6 months? Well, I see myself before the end of this month, monetizing in YouTube. I've not monetized. Please help me to monetize. I see myself monetizing before the end of this month. It's actually you, despite and in spite. You know, I want to see myself achieving, I want to see myself achieving within the next end of the month. I should be able to achieve. So that's a goal I'm setting for myself. So when you set goals like that, you walk ahead of it. And when you walk ahead of it, when it is set up, when goals are set, it is easy to jump at it. But it is easy when you are not doing anything. You can't set goals. You don't have any challenges. You see, even when on the process of you trying to achieve something, you have challenges. Yes, I have like right now on my YouTube, I'm having challenges with my restreaming for some time. But I sat down this morning and I was scrolling through my phone. I said things are not moving the way it should be. What's happening? Then I discovered, oh, my receiver connectivity is not receiving the way it should be. I began to Google, and when I Google to tell me this is the phone you are using is a good phone, but you need to do that. So I began to do the right thing, trying to put things together so that I can meet the target of the priority I've given myself. The goal I've set for myself, to achieve. So that you can set long-term goals. You can set short-term goals. Like I said, before the end of this month, I should be able to monetize. That's a short-term goal, so that is what it is. So you set goals of what you want to achieve and you run at it. You walk towards it. As you walk towards it, there's no way you cannot achieve. Achieving, you must achieve. You are bound to achieve. Because why? Your first name is success. Remember, I've done so much teachings here, and I've told you that if you have tried before and you have failed, does not make you a failure. See, when God was creating you, God never had in his mind a failure. I want you to have that in your back of your mind. When God was making man, God never had in his mind a man would fail. God never had that. It was not in the imagination of God. It was not in the mind of God that man should fail. But it could happen that God had in mind that man must go through the process of failure to come out and be successful. That's why you see God is a God of process. So I now looked at it. The fact that you fail does not make you a failure, but the thing is that you are passing through a phase of life, a process. So failure is a process that gets you to success. Get that. That's a nugget for you. Failure is a process that gets you to success. But you are not a failure. So don't tag yourself a failure. God never created any man a failure, but he created men that pass through processes. If you look at Ivan, is it Ivan Houston now? Ivan Houston that created the bulb. Yeah, Ivan Houston. When it was asked, he started to. They say you failed 99 times from creating, making the bulb. He said, "No, I did not fail." What did he tell them? He said, I didn't just discover 99 times how not to make the bulb. He said, I did not fail. I did not discover it. 99 times I did not discover how to make the bulb. So that is not, I did not fail. That was his mindset. So you must carry that mindset that you did not fail. Failure is not your portion. What God called you is that I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health as your soul prospers. So prosperity is what God called you. Success is what God called you. You are created, in the eyes of God to be successful on the earth. Remember, the earth has been wired. The earth was wired for you to come and succeed. That was why man was God's most prized possession. You know why you are God's prized possession? You were created in His image and His likeness. What is the image of God? The image of God is the Spirit of God. God is a spirit. It took a spirit to release this spiritual world you and I are living in. It took a spirit. So it must take a spirit to maintain it. So that's the image of God that you and I have. When it takes a spirit to create the earth, it will also take a spirit to maintain it. Why didn't God bring angels? No, God will not bring angels. They are not in His image and His likeness. They don't have the ability to love. Our image of God is that we have the Spirit of God, and we also have the image. The image of God, we are created in His image and His likeness. His likeness that we can love. But angels don't have the ability to love. They only take command from God. But you and I were created in the image. We have the ability, the Spirit of God, and we have the ability to love. So hate is foreign to us. It's foreign to us. It's not what God has calculated in us. So when you are hating people, you got it from somewhere else. It's not from the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is love. So you see, when you are created in that same image of God, you have the ability to release love to the world that you find. So what is your set goals for the next 6 months? I told about a short-term goal, a long-term goal. I see before the end of the year, most of the things that I put in place must have been working. So before the year end. So that's the way you approach the next 6 months. You take it, from glory to glory, from strength to strength. If you run the race like that, you will achieve. Because why? They say no one goes on a journey that will not count the cost. Have you ever set yourself on a journey not counting the cost of where you are going? They say if you are going on a journey that you have not been before, any road will take you there. So you must know where you are going to, and you set goals you set priorities and goals on how you get there. If not so, you arrive anyhow. And when you arrive anyhow, you see that you did not achieve anything. And you now begin to call yourself a failure and say, oh, God was not on my side. No, you did not set goals for yourself. You did not prioritize your timing. Some things need to be knocked off. Some things need to fall in place. At this particular time, you should be doing this. At this particular time, you should be doing that. So you prioritize your timing and you work in calculation of how things and events are moving. So we can't divorce ourselves from the world that we find ourselves. Anything you are doing, remember, you got a plan. You got to draw a blueprint of what you want to achieve. You got to draw a blueprint of what you want to achieve. You must prioritize your timing, and you move. And when you move, you will never fail. You will never falter on the way. Because why? Especially when you go with God, especially when God goes ahead of you. See, God should always go ahead. When God goes ahead of you, there's no way you can fall on the way. You cannot falter on the way, because He that is going with you is greater than He that is in you is greater than they that are in the world. The greater one lives inside of you. God's desire is to live in you. I've told you time and again that you see, the desire of God is to dwell among men. That has been the desire of God. According to the scripture, God, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above that which we think or imagine, according to the power. Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, which means God is able to work through us. The whole mindset or desire of God is to walk through man. If you look at it very well, God wanted to walk through man. That's why when man fell in the Garden of Eden, God did not give up on man. Man is God's eye on the earth. Man is created in the image and the likeness of God. It takes a spirit to create the earth, and it must take a spirit to maintain the earth. No other. It must be a spirit that will maintain. God will not bring flesh. That's why flesh and blood cannot maintain this earth. It takes a spirit to maintain the earth. You understand what I mean? So God is more, interested in the spirit aspect of you. That is His image. You are created in the image of God. God does not joke with you in that spirit aspect. It's your spiritual aspect that connects with Him. So when you connect with God in the spirit, you are able to achieving success. Yes, thank you for the network again. So God, if you are connected with God in the spirit, He will take you there. God in the spirit, He will take you there. God will definitely take you there. His desire is to make sure that you get there, get to that place He has designed for you. To this far, to leave you here. I'm here to remind you again, God has 6 months of the year to leave you here. So the next 6 months, yes, that's the right word right now, is an entrustment. Next 6 months is an entrustment. What's an entrustment? A tax is given to you that you did not achieve in the past 6 months. So God has entrusted another 6 months to you again to run the race, to make sure you achieve. And I began to recall the great and mighty things. The Bible says, count your blessings, name them one by one, you'll know that the Lord is good. I saw the good things that God has done in our lives. I said, God, thank you. We're not comparing ourselves to other people. We're not better than them. Neither are they better than us. But we are just grateful for the great and mighty works that God has done in our life. It is a privilege for God to keep us alive. If you see what people are going through, you will give God praise for your life. That the fact that you are alive is a privilege. Many have died. We saw people of great influence that's supposed to make, great impact in their generation just died. They just died like that. The devil wasted their life. So we began to tell ourselves, I will not die. I like the slogan of my wife, I will not die. You need to make that confession every day, even if the devil wish that you die. But each time you hear you, I will live to give the testimony. Because if I die, who will give the testimony of what happened to the other people? It reminds me of the story of that man in the Bible. There's a man in the Bible, and the whole community had a problem, and this man was a poor man. His name was not mentioned, but the only place we realized that he existed is that some of his friends decided to tell the story, but they forgot to mention his name because a poor man has no place, no regard in his community. But they still did not forget that story. They say it was the one that had the wisdom that saved the people, but his name was not mentioned. You understand what I mean? So there are people that have great minds that the devil wasted. We began to cry. I said, God, no, I must not be wasted. I must achieve my aim for my generation and even generation yet unborn. I began to school them. You see, we are not created for ourselves. There's something God put in me that the world needs. The world is looking for it, and I'm talking right now. You understand what I mean? Go check my shorts. They will keep you alive. They will motivate you not to give up. Eventually, you try to give up. Go watch my videos. They will motivate you. I talk about controversial issues that people don't talk about. We're told that the church is the four walls, but I discovered the church is the people of God. But people major on building the four walls. But God's priority is that we should build the people. The people are the church. The four walls is not the church. You are the church. So these are issues that are discussed. So what I'm saying right now is that please set your priority right. The last 6 months has gone. You have not achieved. Don't cry. God has given you another opportunity of this next 6 months. Please prioritize your timing. Prioritize what you want to achieve. And I'm telling you, when you prioritize, you will achieve. You begin to count your blessings, naming them one by one. So You see, what I'm saying is that we should learn how to prioritize our timing because no one has time in their hands. They say time is months. The next 6 months is looking forward to for you to God. Remember, God is waiting for you to bring the harvest of the kingdom. Bring the harvest. See, that's why God put you on the earth to work. God asks you to work so that you can bring the increase. God is waiting for the precious fruit of the earth. He has long waited. So no, God did not put you on the earth to work for yourself. You must give an account. So work for the next 6 months and bring proceeds to the kingdom. And God will bless you. I need to see you very soon. Take care of yourself for me, and God will bless you.